to the third day of your Toned in 20 by 2. That's 20 minutes, 2 weeks only, and we are priming the pump for your full-blown best experience, greatest, most natural and effective, lasting transformation. All of those adjectives absolutely necessary so you know what you're getting out of this experience. It's not just about what's included, it's about what happens as a result of really going all in. I think Tony Robbins says it best. It's like, if you want to take over the island, you got to burn that boat. You have to go all in on your best self, what you want to experience, right? You get out what you put in. So on that note, we're starting this third day together, priming the pump for Burnout to B.A.B.E. Today is your core and HIIT day, so it's going to be a little more intense than what we've done so far, but we've got time on the clock. We're definitely going to take little breaks in between everything that we do. The goal is to have 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. We'll build that up over the course of time that we're working here together between this week and next week. But for now, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off in our HIIT. And for those of you new to that kind of a practice and terminology, it means high intensity interval training. So it's a form of cardiovascular workout. But we're also supplementing in core work. So we get to take a bigger break every once in a while to do some strong Pilates abs and a little bit of yoga flow. So let's get this thing started. All right, so we're coming to all fours, hands and knees on the mat. You don't need any props today unless you personally need a little bit of cushion under the wrists, or maybe, if you need something like a back support. I wore mine yesterday, or, maybe just a little extra cushion under the knees. Make sure you have that. Otherwise, let's start by moving the spine a little bit. So make sure your ankles are long, your toes are spread apart, and we're just gonna wiggle the hips left and right, left and right for 4 more. To the left, and see if you can squeeze the shoulder towards the hip, and to the right, and breathe in and breathe out, and then hold the out and breathe into the other side. Exhale, inhale. And then let's move into a cat-cow. So inhaling, lifting the chest, roll the shoulders down the back, lift the hips nice and high, breathe in. Exhale, pull the belly button through the back, let the head and the hips drape on either sides of the spine. And then again, lift up like you're creating a big, beautiful basin between the crown of your head and the tip of your hips. And then exhale, roll the shoulders forward and really pull the pubic bone towards the navel. One more time, big inhale, lift the heart high, pull it through the gate of the arms. And exhale, make a rainbow with the spine. And then from here, let's walk the hands forward a little bit, just like we did on, I believe it was Monday. We had that strong abdominal finish. So right now the hips are over the knees, and let's just pulse into puppy a little bit, opening up the heart and the front of the abdominal wall. So lengthening the arms out a little bit further. If this is a lot for you, you're welcome to put the elbows down. And let's just reach the chest to the ground for 8, 7, 6. You might feel this in the shoulders too. 5, especially after our arm workout. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do that one more time because I want you to notice how maybe your ankles wanted to pop up while you were doing it. So this tells you a lot about how the connective tissue really is lining up from the top to the bottom of the body. And really notice that the breath and intention have to be integrated. So walk the arms out one more time and inhale as you go down. The breath is going to get quicker with the movement so that we can move towards that cardiovascular work. Again, breathe in, out, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here, shift forward just a little bit, maybe lengthen the right leg up. Maybe lengthen the left leg up. And if you need to put the right leg down, that's fine. We're holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and yes, my hips are high. On 1, walk it forward, bring the hands underneath you, find plank. All right, bring the knees back to the ground. We're just really getting everything warmed up. We're going to start moving into our cardio work here, and I have a timer on my wrist for those 30 on, 30 off. Okay, so we're starting with the standing movement, and this one actually is going to be 1 minute on, 1 minute off. And I know that sounds hectic, but try not to let it stress you out, because we're only doing one version right, one version left, and then we stop. It will definitely get the heart pumping. It's going to use your entire body, and that's why I'm talking a lot, because you're going to want this break. All right, so here's the demonstration. We start with the arms coming up. We're going to weave the ribs in together as if someone's pulling us up like a little marionette through the back of our heart. We walk the hands out to the top of the mat, and then immediately pike to downward dog. The right leg goes up, we step forward, the left leg comes forward. Now, if this is a lot for you, trust me, you only need to do one side and then take a break while we do the second side. Have the longer break in the middle, and then repeat again on the second side when we start the second time. Because already I know this is a lot of choreography, so I'm going to demo the other side too. We're not even done yet. From here, it's a squat, big up on the toes, whoops, and then right back down. Step back right, step back left, find your downward dog again. Walk your hands to your feet. Again, reach the tailbone down, pull the heart up, and we go again. So it's curl forward. Whew. Walk the hands to the top of the mat. Right away, plank to downward dog. Left leg up, step it forward, right leg forward, high up on the toes, forward fold, left leg back, right leg back, hips high, heels low, hands to the feet, woo, and arms up, return to start and rest. Okay, it takes a lot out of you, so that's why I'm saying do one side, take the full second side off if you need to, plus the minute in between, so that gives you 90 seconds off, and then you take 30 seconds on to the other side. It's really up to you. You can do 1 minute on, 1 minute off, or 30 on, 90 off, start again. With that information in hand. I did say today's gonna be a little more work, and yeah, we're just progressing your practice, your strength, and your cardiovascular health so that you're ready for that burnout to B.A.B.E experience. So the timer is on, and let's begin. Arms up, curl down with resistance. Walk the hands out to the top of the mat. Right away, downward dog. Right leg up, step it forward. Left leg forward. Up on the toes, down to the mat. Step right, step left, hips high, heels low. Walk the hands back to the feet. Roll the spine up, nice and tall, and begin again, or rest. Curl with control. Walk the hands forward. Find the top of the mat, shoulders over wrists. Hips high, heels low, downward dog. Left leg up, left leg forward. Right leg forward. Elevate, come down. Step back left, step back right. Downward dog, and hands to feet. Roll it up. Hands to your sides. And we have 1 minute to recover. So, if that was a shock to your system, welcome to the progression of your practice. If that was a walk in the park for you, then good, you're going to enjoy the rest of this practice. All right, We're 20 seconds in. If you don't have some water near you, maybe take this time to run, go grab some. You're definitely gonna need it. It's only 20 minutes we're together, but like I said, it's gonna be a heart pumping practice. Okay. We have 20 more seconds. So I also want to invite you, if you have questions about this practice, if you don't know where to find me on Instagram, I'm also at Move with Lilah, Lilah, and you're certainly welcome to message me over there. Let me know your thoughts about the practice, your experience, your questions, your concerns about your own ability, or any injuries or issues that you're facing that you're not sure whether or not it's safe to do this practice. Please feel free to ask me, and also consult with your personal physician if you have anything that feels like, I'm not sure if I should be here. Definitely ask a professional. And on that note, let's get moving. All right, back of the mat, arms up, and curl it forward. Walk your hands out. And hips high, heels low, downward dog. Right leg up, step it forward, left leg forward, releve, back down. Right leg back, left leg back. Hips high, walk the hands to the feet. Woo! Roll it up with control. Begin again, curl down. Walk the hands out. Find plank, find downward dog. Left leg up, step it forward, right leg forward, releve, take it down, step back, back, downward dog, hands to feet, woo, strong arms here, roll it up, and we have another rest. Oh my goodness, it's definitely getting my heart pumping. I don't know about you, but I feel it. That is a strong flow. That is the definition and epitome of a strong flow. And it's really refreshing because it's raining here today, which is why we're inside. But it's so beautiful to pause and look outside and just see the tree line in the rain. I'll have to record it. Hopefully it's still raining after this practice and I can pop a shot out there for you guys. All right, we have about 20 seconds remaining. Where my hand is on my belly, I can really feel my heart pumping. Hoo-wee. Those endorphins are doing their job though. I can feel myself grinning ear to ear. All right, we're going in 5 seconds. So prep yourself, back of the mat. This is the last round. If you were doing alternates right and left, then just hit pause at the end of this one, take your full 90 seconds off, and do the other side. All right, here we go. Arms up. Exhale, control the roll down and walk the hands out. Whew. Hips high, heels low. Right leg up, step forward, left leg forward, releve. Take it down, right leg back, left leg back. Hips high, heels low, hands to the feet. Oh yeah, roll up. And the reason I sound like I'm strained is because I'm really crunching to roll. On the way up and on the way down. And you should be too if you really want to get the most out of this. Hips high, heels low, left leg up, step it through, right leg forward, releve, take it down, last one, and find your downward dog. Walk your hands to your feet, control the roll to the top, hands to your sides, and breathe. We have 1 minute to recover. From here, I'm having a lot of costume adjustments. From here, we're going to come to the top of the mat. So we do have one more item in the standing practice for our HIIT, and I want to keep us up for that. So, sorry, 1 second. Here it is. Whew. So that one combined core and upper body more so than lower. It was just a taste in the lower, a little quad lift, a little nod to the calves. And now we want to go a little further and get really into the glutes. And this is one of my favorites. If you've been in one of my live classes in a yoga studio, you'll know this one. You'll remember it, you'll love it, you'll wish you were here in person so you could give me a big ear-to-ear grin about how excited you are to do this. And on that note, let's begin. We're gonna do this one together. So, start with your feet nice and wide on your mat, toes turned out. Hands together at your heart. Let's take a deep, deep squat. So it's more of a sumo squat rather than goddess pose, right? Toes are only turned out at like a 45-degree angle. Keep your chest lifted, stick your tush out a little bit, and let's pulse for 10, 9, 8. I can kind of feel you guys looking at me, even though this is recording. Those of you that know. 4, 3, 2, on 1. Turn your toes forward. Keep your tush out. And 10, 9. It's almost like you're trying to stretch your underbutt. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now if you're really needing a break, just forward fold here. Otherwise, let's keep going. Heels together, toes out. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. If you took a break, try and join us here now. Toes forward. And 10, 9. I promise it's the last one. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going all the way up on 1. Take 1 minute to recover. Woo! I love that one. I love that it asks us to arc the spine a little bit. In me, it might not look like that. I do have a few fused discs, but I am keeping my chest lifted. So that's back body core. We're working on the posterior chain from under the glutes in the hamstrings all the way up the low back, keeping those muscles engaged and supporting the spine from beneath it all the way alongside it. All right, we have 20 seconds. Whew. Getting hard to talk. Yes, that means I'm doing my job right. Okay, and we're going again. Now this time we're starting in the middle and working our way out. So feet together, hips low down. You're trying to make your hips disappear behind your knees if someone was in front of you. Hands back in front of the heart, and hips back. Here we go. Keep it low. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep your eyes up. 5. It keeps the spine long. Tells the head to stay lifted. 2, 1. Stay low. Turn the toes out, the knees out. Go again. 10, 9. Keep the butt sticking out, the chest lifting up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels out. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One more time. Turn those toes out. And 10, 9, 8, 7. We're going all the way down at the end of this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Woo! Malasana. Let your body kind of hang for a second if you need to. And if getting down this low is really challenging, then maybe get yourself a couple of books, a yoga block or two. If you don't own anything like that, I recommend maybe even getting like a big crock pot that you feel safe sitting on, like a stew pot. And otherwise, maybe just take a forward fold from standing. We're gonna put the elbows inside the knees, nice and low at first. So this isn't a traditional malasana. We're just starting to engage the upper and the lower together. So pushing the shoulders into the knees and squeezing the knees into the shoulders. And if you're like, I'm done, Lila, then please take a break. Press pause, you can come right back. And then we're going to climb up a little bit. So you might need to heel toe out a little further. Elbows inside the knees now. Lift the chest up, let the hips be low, and hug the knees against the shoulders as they push out. For 5, 4, engaging those inner thighs. 2, and 1. Let the hips gently come down, and we've already made it halfway through. Whew. Okay, make sure your water's nearby. I know I need a sip just because talking and moving like this really dries out the throat. Okay, on to more core. So situate your pelvis, your hips in the middle of the mat, and we're moving into a very basic Pilates core blended with some yoga flow. So that way, we're still sneaking in a little HIIT, and we want to do the 30 on, 30 off that I mentioned at the beginning. Okay, so we've got about 20 seconds. We're starting with a basic 100, just like we did on Monday. So lay your body all the way down. Bring your knees into your chest. See. Give them a really big hug. And then holding on to the shins like you're trying to push them into the ground, but letting your legs be a little stronger. So kind of like the fight we had with our arms and our leg yesterday. We're going to play that way right now to get ourselves up. So keep the pressure, but let the legs not kicking away, but from the underbutt, the whole thigh. Move the legs into the hands and curl you up. Yeah, all right? And then from here, glue those thighs together. Make sure your hips are heavy, arms are at your sides. And, woo, come on, there we go. Begin pumping the arms, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the chin to the chest so that you don't feel a lot of strain in the neck. And exhale fully. Again, inhale, fill the body. And exhale, fill the space. Good, 10 more seconds. Full breath in. Full breath out, and if you want to on these last 5, take the legs long, breathe in, breathe out, bring the knees home, bring the head down. You have 30 seconds to recover. Now typically in a Pilates class, we would have non-stop connecting one movement to the next, but because we just did this HIIT cycle, I want you to have these opportunities to rest and fully recover, or somewhat recover, not fully, between. All right, so moving into the second part, we won't be doing roll-ups. We will be doing the very structured ab series. So we're moving into a single leg stretch. Take the hands, though, instead of pulling the leg on top of the thigh, stretch the bottom leg out with the foot about the same height or the leg about the same height as the foot. Not too low, accidentally pulling on the low back. Not so high that maybe we're not getting a little bit of stretch in the front of the body, but right in between. And listen to your body, whatever it needs. All right, we're going to be pressing the leg with our arms and having the leg press our arms and then switch. All right, so we're going in, come on, 3, 2, 1, and it's press and switch, press and switch, press. Make sure the chin's to the chest. Make sure the abs are hugging in and up. Create that opposition in your body so that you really get a lot of strength and tone in the core as a response to this work. Switch, press. Lengthen the leg, one more time each side. Squeeze and press, lengthen and pull, and come in and down. Whew, 30 seconds. I don't know about you ladies, but I am feeling this one. Oh my goodness. All right, next up we have double leg, and we're gonna do it exactly the same way, but I'm kind of a stickler for the arms and double leg stretch. So we want to make sure that the upper body stays curled up, and then we inhale the arms, don't lower the upper body, quickly sweep and squeeze. Once you're here though, your hands will come to the top of your thighs and find that oppositional press. So it looks a little something like this. Inhale, sweep, squeeze, press. Okay, so we're going in 3, 2, 1, and lengthen, squeeze, press. Extend and press. Take it long, come in strong. Full breath in, full breath out. Keep it going. And for 3, 2, 1 more. And bring the head and the feet down. Recover 30 off. Oh, hey. Feeling it today. Challenging myself, so I know I'm challenging you. Okay, we have about 15 seconds. So we're moving into the scissor, which is also one of my favorites to kind of nitpick at. So what I mean by that, it looks a lot like single leg stretch, except we have a long leg. So if you can't reach the back of your calf, then go for the back of the thigh. Let the knee be as long as possible without hurting your low back or distorting or straining your knee. Never grab behind it, always the thigh or the calf. So if you're holding here, you're just going to curl up, give the leg a little squeeze, and at the same time be pressing the leg into the hands a little, and then switch. Now notice I'm not taking my leg way down here, because if you can't get your leg in further and longer, then you want to keep your legs evenly split, not one way behind you and one only kind of close. If you have a stronger, deeper split, this is where we're going for the calf. So I'm going to put this leg down for a second just to demo that. I want you to press the belly of the calf in and then push that muscle away. So instead of just jerking the muscle or jerking the joint, like maybe you've received a sort of a misperceived guidance in a studio class or online somewhere, what we're really doing is making the limb longer while toning the core, right? Think of yourself as a tree trunk. Once the trunk is fully expressed, it wants to keep growing branches towards the sunlight. So we want to stay strong and centered here and have these get longer and longer and grow towards the light. So if we're working on this leg, I'm going to press into the belly of the calf, stretch that muscle up, and notice that that brings my leg closer to me. So it's as close as it will go at an inch, close as it will go at an inch. And notice that's when I take the other leg lower because the top leg's coming closer. So I know that was a longer break than expected. Let's get ready to go on whatever variation feels right for you in 3, 2, and 1. Set it up. Here we go. Press and lengthen, switch. Press and lengthen. Try not to hang on the leg. Use your core. Stay strong. Press and lengthen and deepen the stretch. Make sure you're breathing. And 4, switch. 3, and alternate. 2, and switch. One more time, and switch sides. Bring the knees in, head down, feet to the ground, recover. Woo. Oh my gosh, we have just under 3 minutes left here together. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you do have low back struggles or issues or pain, then let's be very careful and precise with this next exercise. It's called the lower lift. Now, traditionally, we might take the hands stacked at the low base of the neck or the head and stretch the head away from the upper back with a curl in the core. All right, but I'm going to have you on the ground doing that today, and the legs will go to the sky. Again, we're in Pilates stance, so instead of seeing the side of my thigh, you're seeing the tops of my feet and the front of my knees. So both legs are turned out in the hips. Now, again, if you have a low back strain, maybe make a little diamond shape with your hands under your hips to support your low back. What we want to do here is press the hips into the ground as you lengthen the legs out, because we want the length to come almost from the hips tilting without flaring the ribs. We're essentially stretching the abs in 2 directions and then pressing the hips even deeper in the ground so that as the pelvic floor deepens pubic bone magnetized to navel on the way up. The back of the legs get longer. You reach even further to the sky, hugging the muscle to the bone. So I know that's a lot to work on. If you're not there and you need a bent knee and you can't go as deep, there's no less amount of work that you're doing. This is a stepping stone, and whatever variation that the posture lives in your body today is exactly how it's meant to be, okay? So pick a way that works for you right now. Be kind to yourself. We've got 30 seconds on here in 3, 2, and 1. We're going lower, 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 only 30 degrees. Hips heavy. Lengthen the legs to the sky. The reason I'm not going lower than 30 degrees is because your pubic bone doesn't tilt further down than that, right? There's a point at which our hips can only arc back so much. Even if you are really hypermobile in your low spine, there's ground beneath us. And also, with that ground beneath you, there's only a certain degree you can go without flaring the ribs. So we're trying to stay connected and contained here. And we've still got about 3 seconds. And lift. And just for fun, we're going to add one more in there. So lower, lower, lower. And now make the hips heavier and the legs longer, longer, longer. Bring it in. Whew. I like that one a lot because I love feeling the length of my legs. I love feeling the midline from my groin through the tips of my toes connected. All right, last but not least, we are going into our crisscross, which looks kind of like a bicycle, but it's not about pedaling the legs. It's more about, and it's not about bringing an elbow to a knee. So let's get real nitty-gritty on this one. This one also will be stretching the head away from the upper back and then contracting. Now, I'm trying to take my left armpit to my right knee, and I'm trying to look back over my right elbow. So no curling in, no pulling on the head that way. Always stretching the head away from the neck and using the abs, you see me shaking, to curl and twist deeper, and then go higher through the center to curl and twist more, and repeat to the other side. So notice through the middle, I didn't lower down to go back to the other side. I really lifted and tried to kind of rainbow my elbows from one side to the next. Do what you can, and remember, stepping stones. We're going in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Take it up, cross armpit to the kneecap, twist deep, deeper, deepest, lift higher, and other side. Try not to rock the hips as you crisscross. Lift higher and find your center. Twist deeper, get off that armpit, and switch. Woo-wee! Twist and lift. One more time each side. Lengthen the bottom leg. Twist your abdomen, wring it out, up and center, other side. 3, 2, 1, up and center, take it down. Oh my goodness. That is that, ladies and any gentlemen in the room. Let's take a full body top of the morning stretch. Arms up and over the ears, breathe in. And then exhale, just relax everything for a second. And then inhale, engage, reach again. Fingertips through hips, heart through the center of the toes. Breathe in. And exhale, fully relax. One more time, just like that. Reach it long. And exhale, surrender. Oh my goodness. What a workout. What we can do in 20 minutes. My goodness. Thank you so much for being here today. More than anything, thank you for taking care of your body. When we choose to take care of our body in this way, we're already taking care of our minds because we've made a decision. I want to feel good in my body. That's a cerebral thing, right? That's a thought. And now we're taking action on that thought, which is returning dividends, paying out to the thought space. Like, yes, we can. Yes, we are. We have done and will continue to do. And you're just affirming to yourself that your word is gold, that you matter, and that you keep promises to yourself. And man, does that feel good. And I want to wax poetic for just a second, if you want to look at it as such, and say that when we treat ourselves in such a fine way, we start setting healthy boundaries for how we will accept treatment from others. Because in these hours, unassuming, quiet, and alone, just with ourselves or with an instructor, we're really running the line, digging the trench of where we'll be pouring the foundation for our home, where we live, how we live, who we invite in, and how we accept or expect treatment, and how we treat others. It's such a beautiful, ongoing mirror and rhythm that just never ends and continues to grow. So thank you for being here and doing this for yourself, for the people in your life that are here now, that have passed on or have yet to come, and for sharing this time and space with me. I truly, truly appreciate you. Go have a beautiful day. Namaste.